He is joining us right now, Mr. Pence, Vice President. Welcome to the KMBC 9 News Live. And we're going to talk health care, but I want to start with the news of the day. Sean Spicer's resignation. Michael. Thank you, sir. Sean Spicer's resignation today. What's going on there? It sounds like it's a resignation under protest.
Well, look, Sean Spicer's been a friend of mine for many years. He is a great guy. He served his country in uniform and served this administration in our first 6 months, and I respect his decision to step aside and just wish him every continued success. And we're just going to continue here at this White House to remain focused on the agenda that carried President Trump to victory last fall, and chief among those things is the President's commitment to call on this Congress to repeal and replace Obamacare, and we are literally just days away from when the Senate's going to have an opportunity to begin the debate to do just that.
Mr. Vice President, to clarify that and get onto that, recently, just this past week, as you well know, the President said that he wanted Obamacare to collapse in on its own and fail on its own. And then he also, just the other day, a group of senators urged for repeal and replace. Those are two very different signals coming from the President of the United States. Is that confusing the Republican members of the Senate? Is it confusing to Republicans? I mean, they're two different signals, sir.
Well, I think the President's been very clear that Republican members of the House and Senate, frankly, every member of Congress, should come together and rescue the American people from the collapsing failure of Obamacare. I mean, you've seen premiums in your viewing audience increase by more than 100% since Obamacare took effect. This has worked a great hardship on families across the region. While we've seen premiums going up, deductibles going up, the reality is that Obamacare has put a tremendous burden on working families and on small businesses, and the American people know we can do better. And as the President has said, he's calling on the Congress to keep their promise to repeal and replace Obamacare. The House of Representatives has taken action, has passed a bill, but this coming week, your viewers should know that the Senate, as soon as Tuesday, is going to have the opportunity to vote to begin the debate on repealing and replacing Obamacare, and the President and I are calling on members of both political parties to step up and rescue the American people from this collapsing disaster of Obamacare, and move us forward and send a bill to the President's desk that'll give us a fresh start on health care in America.
Well, very quickly, one more question here. As you know, in your state of Indiana and out here in Kansas and Missouri, lots of rural areas, and there are rural hospitals that are very worried about getting reimbursed for their care. They're also very worried about the Medicaid cuts, the deep Medicaid cuts that are still in the Senate health care of the bill. That's one of the reasons, as you know, Senator Moran from Kansas said he couldn't vote for it. It's got deep Medicaid cuts in it, sir. How's that going to deal with that?
Well, look, I served with Senator Moran when he was in the House of Representatives, and I was a member of Congress, and I have great respect for him.
But you disagree with him on this?
As we continue to work with him, well, no, look, we're working very closely with Senator Moran and other members of the Senate to demonstrate to them how this legislation, with a combination of tax credits for working families that'll help people pay for their insurance, all new flexibility in Medicaid that'll allow for states to innovate and provide coverage for our most vulnerable. We believe that this truly does improve Medicaid for Kansans and for people and states all across this country. But we'll continue those messages. But the most important thing I would tell your viewers is that the vote as soon as Tuesday will be a vote simply on beginning the debate over repealing and replacing Obamacare, and we're reaching out all across the country, reaching out to every member of the Senate and everyone across this country to say that after 7 years of the failed policies of Obamacare, it's time for the Senate to step up, begin the debate, work out whatever differences remain, and send to the President's desk a bill that will repeal and replace Obamacare and provide the American people a fresh start on the kind of health care reform that will lower the cost of health insurance without growing the mandates and taxes and the overall size of government.
Mr. Vice President, thank you very much for your time.